What separates someone who knows project management from someone who sounds like they've actually led projects? Principle number one, professional language exists to create clarity, not complexity. Ooh, I like that, family, because professional language exists to create clarity, not complexity. One of the biggest misconceptions I had early in my career was believing that experienced project managers use business language to just sound more professional. Looking back, I could have been more wrong. Every phrase I heard in those meetings had a purpose. It wasn't to impress people or impress upon people. It was here to help everyone in the room reach the same understanding as quickly as possible. That's why experienced project managers don't choose words based on how sophisticated they sound. They choose words based on how effectively those words communicate the situation, reduce ambiguity, and help, and I do mean help, people make better decisions. Here's the lesson, family. Think about one of the most common phrases you'll hear in project management. Let's use, we don't have the bandwidth. When you're new to project management, it sounds like another corporate buzzword, but an experienced project manager usually isn't saying the team is simply busy. They're communicating something much bigger. They're saying the team's current capacity doesn't align with the work being requested. There are competing priorities. There are resource limitations. They may be budget constraints, timeline constraints, or even skills constraints that prevent the team from taking on additional work without increasing delivery risk. For example, instead of saying we have a resource problem, I might say the team's bandwidth isn't compatible with taking on this initiative right now. Our primary constraint is budget, so my recommendation is to phase the implementation and deliver the highest business value first. You notice what just happened there? I didn't just communicate the problem. I communicated the constraint, the reason behind it, and the recommendation for moving forward. That's why project managers use this language. It creates clarity. Here's two actionable tips I love for you to experiment with. Tip number one, listen for the decision. Again, listen for the decision, not just the words. The next time you're in a meeting and someone uses a phrase like bandwidth, dependency, or business value, I want you to ask yourself, what decision is this person trying to help the team make? That one question will teach more than memorized definitions ever will. Tip number two, explain before you summarize. When you're communicating with your team, don't stop at conclusion. Instead of saying, we don't have the bandwidth, briefly explain, for example, the team is fully committed to two critical deliverables this sprint. So taking on this request would put both timelines at risk. People trust communication they actually understand. Here's my professional advice, family. One of the habits that separates experienced project managers from new project managers isn't a bigger vocabulary. It's intentional communication. Great project managers don't use business language to sound important. They use it because every phrase reduces uncertainty, creates alignment, and helps people make informed decisions. Always remember this. Your goal isn't to sound like a project manager. Your goal is to communicate so clearly that people trust your judgment.